Okay, so when it comes to solving an equation where there's a fraction involved, there's actually two different ways you can do it, so I'm going to show you both here real quick. Because I do have 3/4 times x equals 44, there's two different ways I can go about solving this. One way would be to multiply by 4 both sides in order to get rid of the fraction, because 4 divided by 4 is 1. So on the left side I have a 3x, on the right side I have 176. Then in the second step, I would divide both sides by 3, and you're left with x equaling 176 thirds. Okay? That's not going to reduce evenly for you, so I would say you just go ahead and leave it in that form. On the other hand, on the other side, if you look at doing this in one step, okay, it's basically the multiplying both sides by 4 and then the dividing both sides by 3 at the same time. So really we're just multiplying by 4/3, because 4 cancels with 4, 3 cancels with 3, and on the left side I just have x. On the right side I have 44 times 4/3, which once again, if you multiply across the top you get 176. Multiply across the bottom, you get 3. You know, as a decimal, that's going to be in the range of 58.7 or something like that. But I would say you just leave it right like that in the form of a fraction. What if there's a couple steps? This is Algebra 1 stuff we're reviewing. Add 6 to both sides. Kind of doing this for the sake of if you need a little refresher to make sure that you can do your two-step equations right, or if you missed them on the pretest, you can take a second to work on it on your own, look at the video, fast forward, and get to the answer and see if your answer matches up with my answer, which I hope it does. Leave it as a fraction. Okay? What if we add a bunch of steps? Well, first things first, we got to get rid of parentheses. -6 times 6 is a -36. -6 times 5n is a -30n. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms, which I have over here. Same variable, same exponent, like terms. So that would be a total of -38n's minus 36 equals -3 minus 5n. Now I want to get all my variables on one side, all my constants on the other. So at this point there's really 4 different steps you could do, and the different steps will still get you the correct answer. So that cancels. We got -36 equals -3 plus 33n's. Here I would add 3. That's a -33 equals 33n. I'm dividing by 33 to get that n by itself. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. And -1 is my answer. I throw that back in to check and make sure that it works. Make sure you do that step. And then one more of these. Distributive property, -4 minus 20x minus 4, 6 minus 6x. Combine like terms. A couple of -4's over here. It's a total of -8 minus 20x, 6 minus 6x. Let's see here. Let's add 20x to both sides. So we have -8 equals 6 minus 26x. Subtract 6 from both sides, so we get -14 equals -26x. Divide both sides by a negative 26. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. I can reduce each of those by a 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 26 divided by 2 is 13. Positive 7/13.